All right, we're joined by Uly Diaz, who got a big win in March and just kind of getting an update on his career. Uly, how's it going, man?
Doing good, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Like, first up, we'll just talk about that quick fight in March. I know you said that was going to be the last bare-knuckle fight. Like, if that is it, to go out like that, like, how happy were you with being able to go out like that?
Man, it was great to go out like that. And my last fight, yeah, was in March. That was in Dirty Boxing,
Hmm.
and I mean, it went great as well. I got the first round TKO.
I know you did the dirty boxing last time. I know you said you're done with bare-knuckle. Like, fighting, you're still going to be
Yeah,
fighting, though. Just bare-knuckle you're done with, yeah?
yeah. Well, bare knuckle. So I retired from bare knuckle, but I took a job with the company, so I'm working for BKB. So there's no bare knuckle for me in the future because I'm under the banner of this company. I can't fight for somebody else. But definitely boxing, dirty boxing, anything like that. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Eh, You haven't fought since March. I imagine you're hoping to get back in there soon. Is there anything kind of you're hoping, eyeing, or hoping to get done?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, hopefully on the next dirty boxing card, they got one in June. I'm not gonna make that one, so we'll see what happens in July. And I'm hoping Misfit comes to town because me and Tristan Hamm got a date soon as Mams, lets us sign this paper,
Uh,
this
what
contract.
what kind of drew you to Tristan Ham? Is that just like what Misfits offered? Is it someone like you had your eye on?
No, man, I know Tristan. Me and him have sparred before. There's been somewhat like some sneak disses going on. So I called him up and I told him what's going on. Let's try to get on this card and let's make a fight of this. You know what I mean? No talking on the internet and all that stuff. And he's with it. So I'm hoping Mams sends his contract when we make this happen.
Uh, how long did you guys train together, spar for? Like, was it like? Do you think that would play a role in the fight, or do you think it would still be like not enough to take away from?
I mean, honestly, he definitely we sparred a couple times. He got better every time I sparred against him. I know if he's been training, he's only getting better. But I've been training every day too, and I don't miss a beat. Um, I think me and him would be a good fight. But honestly, you could even ask him. I used to beat him up in sparring. So if it goes like that, then we already know who's winning.
Eh, Are you surprised then if you said you are beating him up at sparring that he is interested in fighting you? Then if he kind of knows how it went in practice?
I mean, I do. But I think he sees an opportunity. I'm an older guy. Um, and I don't know. Maybe he thinks I lost it a little bit. So we're gonna have to find out. But I think I think Misfit might be coming to Miami sometime in the summer. So I think that's what it is too. They know down here in Miami, I sell out stadiums.
Yeah, if they're in Miami, they got to have you on the card. Like anytime
Uh-huh.
any promotions in Miami, they got to call you up.
Exactly.
Is it pretty like surreal for you to see like how much love and support you get from Miami? Like you see a lot of fighters, their hometowns, they get support, but it seems like it's a bit different with you when they get to Miami.
Well, I'm a guy who came from off the streets, man. So I already had my name ringing bells on the streets before I even got into professional fighting. So it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing where I've been able to be in every neighborhood in Miami, represent everybody, and always be put my city on top.
Do you think Tristan would want to go down to enemy territory? Or do you think he'd push for a different date, or is like for you, it's just Miami? It's got to be Miami.
It doesn't have to be Miami, but I think that'd be the place to do it for the real crowd you know it'll be great down here. And if I'm not mistaken, Tristan, I don't know if Tristan still lives down here or he used to. He used to live in Miami.
Yeah, I think he's in Arizona now because he's with like DJ Flores' camp up there, and I think they're in
Oh yeah,
Arizona.
yeah. Okay.
Uh, with him, like, what have you made of his boxing? Like, he's 1-2. I thought he should have won that last fight. Like, he's fought some, like, he's been fighting tough guys, but not a whole lot of experience either.
Right. So he's listen, Tristan's a young guy. He's strong, he's durable. Um, but again, I think when it comes to experience, I have a lot more experience than he does. I think we can make this a good fight.
Mhm.
It's the young guy against the older guy, but experience against less experience. And I think I think I'm gonna pass the test of time, brother.
And everything I've heard is obviously Misfits is paying really well too, so you might as well get a big check to fight him again.
Listen, that's just the bonus. That's a cherry on top.
Uh, for you, like I did want to ask about the dirty boxing. Obviously, Mike Perry's promotion. How'd you kind of get involved with that one and get on that first card?
Well, they asked me to. They reached out to me. They asked me to be on that first card, and I said, "Yeah, man. I would love to like inaugurate something. Be on Dirty Boxing One, be on a card, and we got a highlight of a knockout as well. So it was you know, it was a great show.
Is that something you enjoy? Is like it is sort of boxing, it has a bit of different rule set. Like, do you prefer that more than traditional boxing, like it would be against Tristan?
You know what? Either one is fine with me. I like the Dirty Boxing because it's smaller gloves and you can
Mhm.
use elbows. It's traditional boxing. There's no holding or nothing like that. So either one would be great. But with smaller gloves, there's a lot more damage.
Yeah, because you're so used to like I feel like when you box, like I feel like it almost be weird for a bit because you're so used to just not having a whole lot of protection with bare
Right,
knuckle. Then you'll have like
right,
huge little pillows pretty much on your hands
right,
blocking your
right.
face.
No, and the good thing is too on the opposite end when you're getting hit with somebody with a glove on, it's definitely not as bad as a bare knuckle. So it's easier to take.
Uh, uh, say the Tris fight does happen. You did mention your experience. Like, how much do you think that is a role in these fights? Where like you see it in the UFC, you see it in like all these other promotions, boxing, bare knuckle. Like, it seems like a lot of times the guys with the experience, like they kind of know how to handle adversity. And we see like Bo Nickel, for example, like he didn't seem to really know what to do when he was getting hurt. Like, how much do you think that will help you in this fight, where you've kind of been and seen through a lot of these situations?
Yeah, exactly. I've been through many wars. I've lost one, I lost some, and I've won some. Um, so definitely when it comes to experience and being in the ring and ring time, I have, you know, I have years over him when it comes to that. So I think that definitely plays a huge factor. And especially like if we're coming down here where it's gonna be the home crowd where he's gonna be in enemy territories, it plays a huge factor for both of us. So yeah, that's what I take into the fight the most is experience.
And you are a bigger guy than him. Like, how much do you think that will help too with like just size? If you do lean on him in the clinch, power, like being able to take his shots, all that kind of stuff.
I'm definitely, I'm bigger and stronger than
Yeah.
Tristan, so that always works for a benefit, of course. Especially in fighting, and I'm an up close fighter. I like to fight, I call it Mexican style, where I'm in your face. So all that pressure with this muscle behind it is tough to get. It's tough to get by.
Just final question for you. Like, you did mention you get up there. Like, how much longer do you think you got in the Vikings? It's like you look at your age, but you're not fighting like your age. Like, you're still knocking these guys out and still fighting at an extremely high level.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. I don't know, man. Thank God I'm still able to do it. I feel healthy. So as long as the wheels are turning, man, we're gonna keep going till these things go flat.
Well, Uly, I appreciate the time. Thanks so much for doing this.
Hey, thank you, Cole. I appreciate you, bro. And tell Tristan stop running. Sign that contract and let's get the smoke. All right, brother.
All right, thanks.